Hey guys, my name's Hayden Crawford. I'm with Collin Street Bakery. I'm one of the partners, and I am talking to Charlie and Dan. Could you guys just tell us a little bit about yourselves?
Good morning, Hayden.
Good morning.
I'm Dan, and this is Charlie, and we're both lifetime fans of Collin Street Bakery and their fruitcakes.
That is so amazing. Charlie, I watched you grow up. That's what's crazy. Never met either one of you, and yet I saw you eat your first bite of fruitcake. Were you 1 year old?
I get a birthday fruitcake from my grandma work every year in October. Charlie was born in May, so I think he probably wasn't even a year old in that first video. He was just starting to get introduced to solid foods. So we had a high priority for him getting fruitcake in early.
That is just fantastic. That is unbelievable. Well, you guys may or may not know, but we're going into our 125th year anniversary. We're a family-owned business, and we've made it this far because of families like you that have made our product a tradition in your family. And thank you for doing that. God bless you for doing that. Tell me a little bit about how you guys got started in the tradition of having fruitcake for the holidays. I believe was it your grandmother that started this?
You got it. That's correct. My grandma was responsible, Grandma Work was responsible for finding Collin Street Bakery and their fantastic fruitcakes. I think it was the late 70s. I want to say 1978. And she was looking for a gift that she could send to her sister up in Detroit, my great aunt, Melba Fisher. And I don't know exactly how she came across Collin Street Bakery, but she sent one of your DeLuxe fruitcakes to her sister Melba, and the feedback was good. Melba said it was fantastic. And so I think the next year, Grandma started sending those fruitcakes to other family members. And the more people she sent them to, the more good feedback she got. And by the time I was in the early 80s, old enough to be enjoying the family fruitcake, it was something that I just associated with Christmas time and family. And each year I'd look forward to those fruitcakes. If you were sitting around the table, it was just expected there was going to be a plate with a bunch of little slices of Collin Street Bakery fruitcake. By the time in the late 90s, I left our home in northern Indiana for school in Rochester, New York. My birthday comes around in October, and Grandma was trying to think of a way to send a piece of home so I wouldn't be homesick in Rochester, and she sent one of the fruitcakes. Not Christmas time, but just knew that'd be a thing that I'd immediately interpret as a little piece of home. And so that became a tradition. So now every year since 98, I think, I've gotten not only my birthday fruitcake, but also the Christmas fruitcake. And so Charlie and I started a tradition, since we're down here in St. Petersburg, Florida, of making a video each year to send up to Grandma so that she could kind of be with us. So all of this has just been a way to try and connect for a family that's not always able to be with each other in person.
That is just fantastic. And your grandmother is how old now?
She's 101. She'll be 102 in June.
That is just amazing. Oh, that's fantastic. Here's something that you guys didn't know. We have a core value for our business, and you're it. The core value is bringing together families and friends across generations, which is exactly what your grandmother did with you, and then that you did with Charlie. And it's an extraordinary thing that we see, and we're one of the few businesses that I know of that have this wonderful type of loyalty and relationship with their customers. And we thank you for that.
We thank you for that.
So Charlie, tell me a little bit about your experiences with our fruitcake. I mean, it's rare, I got to tell you, to have a customer your age that's enjoying our fruitcake, and you were doing it. I saw you before you were 1 year old, I believe, and you seem to really enjoy it. So tell us a little bit about what that experience was and how you feel about fruitcake now.
So, as far as it goes, there aren't many memories from when I was that young, but most of my memories are of coming home from school mid through the week in October and seeing the box sitting on the porch, and I would bring it in and we would wait for Dad to get home. And when he got home, we would pull out the camera after dinner and start recording the video. And so that became what I would look forward to every year, birthday time for him. And so I would just look forward to sitting down and eating that nice slice of fruitcake. The fruitcakes are very good. They always have been, and they still are. It's a very enjoyable tradition because it's something I look forward to in the middle of a busy week or on a weekend when you're just, taking a break from everything. It's always been something that's just there when you need it,
I love that. Well, I got a tip for you. Try this. Always cut your fruitcake slices thin. I find that's the very best. I grew up in this business, so I kind of know. And then take a small pat of salted butter, put it on that slice, and warm it just a little bit. You can do the microwave or toaster oven. The salt, the savory with the sweet is an extraordinary experience.
I don't think we've ever tried our fruitcake warm.
Oh.
All the years we've been eating it, almost 40 years for me and, about 13 years for Charlie. I don't think we've ever thought to try it warm. It just, It cuts easier cold. So we've always sliced it, like you say, nice and thin.
You bet.
We'll absolutely have to try that.
Oh, yeah, it is such an experience. It's so different an experience. The warm fruit and the warm nuts, especially with that salted butter. It's my favorite. So guys, I see you have quite a few fruitcakes out here in front of you. In fact, it's several different versions. The apricot, and there's our pineapple, and there's our Texas blonde. And the world famous DeLuxe. That's what we're known for. That, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but there's a scene in The Godfather where you can see our fruitcake tin, that one, in The Godfather.
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah, before product placement. I guess they were just doing it, trying to set up a scene so it looks like a little bit of Americana, but it's where James Caan is on the phone in his kitchen, and if you look by his elbow, you'll see that DeLuxe fruitcake.
Fantastic.
Is that crazy? And then the pineapple one that you have over there, we had for years, just recently sold the world's largest organic farm down in Costa Rica, where we grow all of our pineapple. We sold a lot of that, most of that to Dole, but we held on to about 150 acres. And we still bring our pineapple up from Costa Rica. So
that's very cool to know.
Isn't that fun? The Texas blonde is actually the DeLuxe recipe, but without the colored fruit on top. And so we used the same batter, but then on the top, we decorated with just concentric rows of pecans instead of the red and green pineapples and cherries. And that's what that fruitcake is. And then the apricot on the other side are delicious, huge chunks of apricot. When you cut that thing, it looks like you're looking through amber glass. It's so generously chock full of apricots.
We actually have probably about 50 pineapple plants in our yard here in St. Pete, Florida.
Oh, wow.
Started by the family who lived in this house before us, but it was one of the things that let us know this was the right place. If you can have a whole yard full of pineapple, and in Florida, that means they go ripe through most of the year. We can get pineapple as long as we get to them before the critters do.
So you guys have 50 pineapple plants in your yard?
Or more. At least 50. Yeah.
We had, at one time, we had 50 million pineapples in our fields. 3,000 acres worth of organic pineapple before we sold it to Dole.
Also have to mention, since you mentioned Costa Rica, my cousin, Catherine, one of my grandma work's other grandchildren lives in Costa Rica right now, and I have no idea if she's also receiving Collin Street Bakery fruitcakes there, but there's a solid chance she may be.
Well, we do indeed ship into Costa Rica. We ship into 192, I believe, foreign countries, as well as all 50 U.S. states. Well, I see you've got 4 different varieties of our fruitcake there. Do you guys have a favorite?
I would say, personally, the original DeLuxe Fruitcake is my favorite. I like that it's got the pecans, but it's sweet, and then the colored fruit is my favorite part.
I love that. Well, that is also my favorite, and I'm not playing favorites. That it's just a great, well blended cake.
I agree with Charlie. My favorite's without question the deluxe. It's fun to have the variety. I do really like the apricot, and I also like the pineapple. But half the fun for us when we're cutting a slice of fruitcake, we argue over who's going to get which colored piece. You know, as you're dividing the cake up into new slices, you're going, I want that one with the giant piece of green, and I want that one with the big piece of red. And that's, we'd miss that if it'd gone too far out of fashion back in the day. So I'm glad it survived, because it's the one we count on every year.
So what I noticed watching the videos was, Dan, that you would choose Charlie's piece, I guess, until he got old enough to say, no, I want that piece.
Well, you teach them, right? And then you hope that they learn from you, and then can eventually make their own good decisions. That's parenting, right?
That's parenting, and you've done a great job with Charlie. I'll just tell you that right now.
We think so.
Well, I'm glad we had this talk today. It's our 125th year anniversary, as I said earlier, and just wanted to bring you guys in. Y'all are an integral part of our business. Wanted to thank you for what you do. Hope you continue doing it. God bless you, and have a great 2021.
Thank you.
Thanks, Hayden. Appreciate the opportunity to chat.
Thank you.